And welcome to another day with ZIMALETA. As you could see, this room has came to an end, finally. I still have to paint it, but we textured everything. I want to show you kind of like how everything looks like. I'm going to be using a sprayer in this video to actually spray the whole thing, so I do want to show you my sprayer. I'm not going to roll it, I'm just going to spray the whole thing. So here's the plan of attack. We're first going to spray all the walls with gray, okay? Hopefully I don't get any overspray on the ceiling, but if I do, it does not really matter, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray the walls, but I'm going to roll the ceiling. I could spray the ceiling, but then I would have to drape off the whole room, and I really don't want to do that. So, and I think I would like to actually spray the ceiling because it has like different colorations and stuff due to texture, due to like some of the joint compound is showing through, because that's actually what's on the walls is joint compound. But let me show you what's going on here. Basically, here we go. Here's all the walls. As you could see, some old paint and whatnot is showing through the room. Here we have all the windows, and kind of see what the texture looks like. There it is, considered orange peel. I was going to do a knockdown, and then when I seen the way that this looks, this reminded me a lot from the homes down south and Florida and stuff like that. This is the style of everything. And this is not popcorn, this is actually texture, which is considered. I want to show you that this area that shows like a different color, the actual texture of it does look really nice. But this wall was a shade lighter, everything else was gray, so you can see it's a shade lighter here because there's no paint here. I think the previous owners had some kind of cabinets here for some reason, even though this was a living room. So, anyway guys, it has seen many days of painting. I don't even know if you could get the specific one, maybe you could get a better one, who knows. But it's a Werner, and here's my gun. It is clean, it's just not clean on the outside. What's cool about it is you could stick this in a bucket, and 5-gallon bucket or 1-gallon bucket, and it's just gonna, you know, suck everything, you know. So that's a hose attachment. This is a 25-foot hose. I also have like a 50-foot. Guys, I'm gonna run and get some paint, which is the gray color, and we're gonna get set up and get going and see if the sprayer could actually spray after sitting for so long. The cool thing about it is electric, so that's amazing. In order to save on time, here's what I decided to do. After observing this with you guys, because I'm actually looking at this for the first time and making a video at the same time, so that I could fit all this into my schedule, due to my observation, I could clearly see that the ceiling, it does need to be covered with some gray primer, because I was white primer, sorry. I was considering just leaving it like it is, a textured flat, type of look. But upon inspection, I could see it's got like discolorations and stuff like that, and I really don't like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm first going to spray primer on the ceiling, and I'm gonna spray it on the walls. I'm going to let the primer dry, and then I'm going to go over the whole room. I'm just going to spray it with gray. I'm going to try to stay away from the windows and stay away from the ceiling as much as possible. However, if I will get any overspray on the ceiling, it's no problem, because I could just go over the actual top of the corners just with a roller and just basically hide everything, Now I don't have to do no draping and stuff like that. I think that actually will save on time, because I mean, that's just, you roll over, what you don't want to see. So I think it's a pretty good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. 5-gallon bucket of primer. This is perfect for new drywall. This was the best choice that I found at Home Depot and at an affordable price. Guys, this is the way it works. I just insert that hole in there, and then once it sucks, it goes over here. So here's a couple functions. Here's prime, and here's spray. So we got it set on prime right now. I just gotta plug it in. There's a small cable here. Hey guys, we are ready. We got the primer here. I just gotta hit the on button. Well, let's prime this thing. It's supposed to be priming. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Again, this thing is stuck in me, so this is what I gotta do every time. Like, this is already like the 4th time I'm doing it. It's so annoying. Because first of all, I have to tighten this thing super tight, otherwise it just leaks. And then I gotta remove this little thing. And now the very next thing I gotta do is I gotta go wash it, clean it, poke it, do all kinds of stuff. But one thing for sure, it is sucking, it's doing a good job, and we could actually paint. Hey guys, the room is complete. I'm finally done actually painting this room. Well, no, it's not painted, it is primed. It is primed. So the ceiling's primed, the walls is primed, and everything else. So let me give you a swoop around and show you kind of like what it looks like being primed and stuff, because this is the last time you're going to see like that. Next time, I'm going to be painting it gray, the walls and stuff like that. Let me explain to you like a little step that I did just as a refresher. I wanted to spray the whole thing because spraying it is ideal for me. It is fast. I know how to do it pretty good. It's just fast. you know, instead of just like rolling and stuff like that. So what I decided to do is, because I'm working with two colors, I'm working with basically white, which is primer, and I primed the entire room, walls, ceiling, and everything like that. So what primer did, it hid all the imperfections, you know, the different discolorations, I mean, in the texture and stuff like that. So all that is hidden now. Plus, what a primer actually does, it allows the paint to bond better to the walls. But not only that, because the bond is like not even an issue now. Yeah, the sun is like going in my eyes right now. The issue is the drywall, like the fresh new drywall, it sucks up the paint real fast. So when you're gonna be like painting a wall, it's just gonna like, you know, you're gonna paint it and it's gonna seem like you're gonna need to go over it like many times just to like cover everything, you know, to have like good coverage. And you do need about like, you know, a couple coats of paint on your walls. Now you might be wondering, how much primer did it take for this entire room? This room is a little bit under 200 square feet, probably like 170 square feet for the entire room. It used to be 200, but I took a little bit away because I had this little partition. Guys, half of a 5-gallon bucket, so 2.5 buckets, and I know that sounds like it's a lot because generally for a room it's about 1 gallon, you know. But this also does make sense because rooms have windows and doors and stuff, so there's like not a lot to paint. So yeah, and then I had the ceiling and stuff. So I immediately pretty much painted 2 coats. I went over, you know, pretty good. So what do I want to recommend to you guys is I do want to recommend that you get ready for any kind of, I guess, disasters whenever you actually, you know, paint in this whole, you know, room and stuff like that. I have a sprayer, and last time I put it away in my garage, it worked brilliantly, and it doesn't anymore because several things failed on it. The gun has failed on me, basically the gun needle, the actual hose that attaches to it started leaking at a spot that it's supposed to twist, and it started leaking from there. I've never seen that before. So it's leaking from there. The actual second hose, we had an issue with that, so I had to deal with that. The needle of the gun was constantly jamming up. You know, I had to take it apart, go fix it, you know, clean it and stuff like that. So, you know, stuff happens if it's being, you know, in the storage and stuff. Now, you might be thinking, I don't keep my tools clean and stuff like that. I actually do. I've been using pretty much water-based paints out of the sprayer. And once you're done, you could actually connect the hose. You remove the actual little mesh filter, you remove it, put a garden hose on there, and then you run water, you know, through it. So I always keep it nice and clean, and, you know, stuff like that. But it's been sitting, so, you know, stuff breaks. But anyways, guys, let me show you what the room looks like. Starting with the windows and everything like that. I know, like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of light in here, but that's basically what it looks like. I would like to say a nice bright room, but I removed my commercial light out of here and stuff like that. So things are still drying. I just sprayed it, so gotta wait about 30 minutes for the stuff to dry. But you can see it's a nice little bedroom I created for myself out of this living room. So, yep, as you can see some problems, you know, that's when the hose started leaking and boom, leaked everything out. Obviously, this little hose broke on me, and that was a problem. And the hose, the actual portion over here, I already taped it up, but the stuff that started leaking right there out of this crack. So, you know, you can't really get it tight because, well, actually, it's tight right now, but whenever you actually rotate in this, it spins freely, like without rotating the hose. So I don't know, it started leaking, you know.